Hello, Tony Khan here, and today I wanted to talk about how to make a social media banner. And I know a lot of you're frustrated with it and that you can't design a decent one to save your life. It's a bane of your existence, or they've changed the sizes of it so many times that you've just given up. So today I wanted to go through different ways you can use to make sure that it's more effective for you and your audience. And this is going to go through my who, what, when, where, why framework. And I have a video on this. I'll leave a link in the description that you can get a digital copy as well. So that way you'll be able to either follow along or use this for more than just social media as well. So with the who, what, when, where, why framework, let's get started. With the who part of your social media banner, you want to look at who the audience is that this is going to be for. How much money do they make? Where are they coming from? What do they like? What do they don't like? You want to have a good buyer's persona so that you know who you are approaching and who you want to look at as far as when you do content here and for your social media banner too. You also want to look at what the goals for this project are. So as far as this social media banner goes and what social media platform you're going to use, what have you found is already working as far as getting attention from your audience? Is it video? Is it audio? Is it written? Is it a combination of it? And you want to make sure that your banner and the content that you use will help facilitate attention based on the different forms of communication you can have with your audience. So you want to look at what's currently working, what's not working, what you feel is missing. The what piece is really going to be the biggest part that you want to look at, because that's where you're going to do all of your data mining and figure out what information that you already have and how social media can help you fill in the gaps that you see need to be filled. The when portion is next, and this is involving when in the buyer's journey that your viewers are going to see this. So are they first-time viewers where they found you from some other site based on something that they're interested in, that they're looking for? Are they returning? Are they coming back to see if they like you and how you work? Or if they like how you solve the problem that they have? Or are they really getting into the nitty-gritty of how you solve their problem and they're deciding between you and somebody else? And depending on where they are in the buyer's journey, your content and your social media banner are going to hit them in different ways. If they're coming back, they've seen it, they don't necessarily, probably won't even pay attention to it anymore. They'll just know that it's you. If it's a first-time viewer, then you really want to consider the next point, which is where. You want to consider where your viewers are coming from when they get to this social media site, the different platforms that you're going to be using. You want to make sure that your branding is consistent so that way they'll recognize you when they go from one platform to another or from your site to a social media platform, so that way they'll recognize either the iconography you use, the fonts that you use. You want to make sure that it's consistent so that they'll know it's you and they'll feel a little more comfortable as far as looking at the content that you have to provide. And finally, we want to look at why. So why are you looking at being on the social media platform at all whatsoever? So how does this social media platform work as far as your short-term marketing strategy, your long-term marketing strategy? What calls to action or what metrics of success are you going to be measuring to see if this social media platform is going to be effective for you? And finally, you want to look at just the general question of why are we doing this? To what end? Is this to grow your business? Is this to help facilitate a profit? Or is it both? You really want to use these steps to put planning into your social media banner before you even start. And I know a lot of this is pre-work and prep work, but this is one of the reasons why a lot of them don't do well, is because you don't have this prior planning of figuring out who it's for, where they're coming from, when in the buyer's journey they're going to see it, why you're doing it. And if you have all of this planning work in place ahead of time, then when it comes to picking what it is that you're going to show, it's really going to help. And as far as the sizes changing, if you use a photo versus text, that's gonna help a long way. Because photos you can easily shift around, whereas if you use text at all, then it might be cut off, and that'll be a lot harder to work with than just photos. So as far as the sizing goes, I would work with photos over text, particularly if the product or service that you have to do involves results that are really visual. Leave a comment below and let me know where you are in your journey of social media and making all your social media banners. Let me know where you are, how it's going, what you're struggling with. I'd love to help you out. And don't forget, in the description you can find the digital version of the worksheet that I told you about. I'll see you in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.